Welcome, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends to Spoiler Sleepover, Season 4. The altar has been set, the drinks have been mixed, and a sacrifice must be made. So, join the cult of classics. That's right, folks. We're back here at Spoiler Sleepover. What the fuck? God damn. Shit. Oh. I got it. I have fallen behind my computer here. Yet again, another perfect reason to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch these episodes. I am Jason Michael, and that hooded thing right there.
I'm not the Fly, I'm Rob.
Yay! And that's right, we're back for Season 4, The Cult of Classics, Episode 4.
4-4.
That's how math works, baby. We are back, of course, as we previously advertised in last week's episode about Plan 9 from Outer Space. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Tor Johnson's kiss. We are talking about a movie from 1958. But, Cheeks, before we talk about that, Rob, what's been keeping you up at night? Yes, that was an actual knife.
You just busted out a real knife.
Yeah, I was ready.
That's horrifying. Don't ever do that again. Yet I have an entire wall arsenal here. I've got a chainsaw, an axe, a bunch of knives.
I was going to say many of you, otherwise known as all of you besides Rob, before were not privy to the fact of the crossbow sitting right behind me.
Yeah,
Rob found out I had a
before we recorded today.
What's the bolt gonna do? Fly through my computer and come hit you? It's gonna kill my laptop before it kills you.
Magic. Well, what's
Dude,
been keeping me up at night is Maul Shadow Lord. Holy fuck. Have you watched it yet?
I have watched none of it yet.
Dude.
All will be explained in mine.
I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in any way, shape, or form. Like, I am a Trekkie through and through. That's my jam. Trek, Doctor Who. When it comes down to my sci-fi, give me that. I can take or leave Star Wars, but for some reason, and I'm gonna get shit for this, and I don't care. Come at me. I love Episode 1. I think it's a shittily great movie.
I would agree.
Movie's horrible, but it's also so good at the same time. Darth Maul is probably one of my favorite Dark Force users. I can't stand the fact that he's called a Sith Lord, especially now that I've watched this show. So spoiler alert, it's been out for a hot minute now. If you haven't watched it already, I'm going to give you a little insight. We get a little backstory. He's not a fucking Sith Lord. He's just a pirate, and it's awesome.
Hell yeah. I'm here for it.
Love this show. It's done by the same people who did Clone Wars shows, and the same voice actor that did Maul before is back. He's doing it again. It was awesome. Everything about it was great. I literally don't have a single complaint about the show at all. Like, it was fucking fantastic. I've watched it twice now because I had to watch it before the kiddo could watch it to make sure he could watch it. And then as soon as I finished it, I went, we're watching this shit. And I was like, I grabbed him one day and I was like, yo, you want to watch Maul? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And we watched it, and it's so good. The music's fantastic. Just everything about it. It's just, it's a good show. So go over to Disney Plus and watch Maul Shadow Lord. The thing is freaking awesome.
Okay.
That's what's been keeping me up at night. What's been keeping you up at night?
Bro, literally so fucking much, because a little peek behind the curtain, Jason's been across the sea again. Jason went to England and Ireland for the first time. And fun fact, I'm not really going to show too much of it because that'd be daring.
Jason in a thong.
Finally got a stamp on my passport.
Hey!
Yeah, Ireland will give them. England, what the fuck? But of course, went back over the seas. Unfortunately, this time there was nothing to do with Dracula in this trip. However, we did go to Ireland, and we got to go to the Jameson distillery. It's fucking beautiful. Dublin is gorgeous. The Guinness storehouse.
Show it. Show it.
I'm getting there. The Guinness storehouse is incredible. It's the world's tallest pint glass shaped like building. I mean, it's a glass pint in the middle of another building. So it's like you can't really see it from the outside, but when you stand in the bottom of it and just look straight up, you go, "Oh shit ass."
That's wild.
I'm a professional Guinness pourer now. I poured an official Guinness in Dublin, and I have a certificate to prove it. That being said, when we strolled down the streets to the Temple Bar, apparently a very famous pub in Ireland, I asked for a Guinness, and the dude poured it very wrong. I was like, "Bitch, I know more than you." And there's literally so much I could say about this trip because it, A, wasn't long enough, B, wasn't long enough, and C, I didn't want to come home. Like, I would come home for my friends and my family, absolutely, but if I had the option to continue to stay in that country, I will.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun, and again, this was my third time in England, but this one, for some strange reason, felt the absolute fastest, and I hated it for that. But it was beautiful. I became very intimately aware of what stinging nettles are. I found out that there is disc golf in England. Years before, I would look and nothing was showing up, but this time they're everywhere. I went disc golfing a few minutes down the road and threw a disc, wound up in a patch of stinging nettles, didn't know what they were, stepped in and went, "Ow, bitch! Ow, bitch!" And wearing shorts up to my knees in a patch of stinging nettles, I did not sleep that night. I passed out around 6 a.m. because
Holy crap.
I decided, hey man, you've been up for a while. You're really fucking tired. The tingling sensation is going to subside for a little bit. Enough for you to pass out and then be conscious, semi-conscious in a bit. But yeah, as Rob was alluding to, gosh, I don't know how well you can see that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Peripheral. Yes, so I am of Irish descent, and my mom was very happy for me to go over to Ireland. She was also very jealous because her family is like off the boat from Cork County. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get there because that was like a 3-hour drive from Dublin, and we only had the day. But that was my England and Ireland trip. That's what's been keeping us up at night. Bosh, just like that. Let us know what's keeping you up at night. Have you also been watching Mall Shadow Lord? Have you been waiting and trying to catch up with everything because you were in a different country? I've gotten caught up on a lot of things, and I'm trying so hard not to talk about it right now, but that's for next week. So, Rob, what's been squiggling in and out of your ear for sigh as your earworm?
Well, I've been kind of waiting to bring this up because it's a podcast, and the podcast has been running for a minute now, and
We've actually been recording for about 9 minutes.
They did the backstory first, and then literally caught up to where this case currently is. But I listened and am patiently waiting for something to happen in this case to the podcast called Love Trapped. For any of those who are curious, I do not watch The Bachelor. Have never watched The Bachelor. Have never had interest in watching The Bachelor. But a little synopsis to the podcast is former Bachelor Clayton Echard's casual one-night fling turned into oh my gosh.
Scene 3, take 4, and action.
Turned into, I need to get my eyes rechecked. I'm actually doing that next week. So, turned into a paternity nightmare. When the news broke about a scandal, no one believed Clayton at first. He was a reality TV star and blah, blah, blah. He was the most unpopular. Basically, he was the one person, the one bachelor that was on the show that everyone hated, and they only hated him because he was honest. Like he was just like,
I remember we're not going to something about this before.
Yeah, he would just say things like, yeah, we're not compatible. I don't like this about you, so you can leave. Like he was just he knows what he wants, and he was very open about it. Got down to the last 2 contestants, and before he handed the rose, which is what they do, he came out to be honest with them, and he said, I've slept with both of you. I just want you both to know that. So in case that changes your mind, you have the opportunity. I just want to be honest. Kudos, dude. Most people wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then he handed the rose to the winner, and the winner was like, no, thanks. Like, okay, cool. Well, they ended up dating after the show. Like, they both really liked each other, but they ended up dating. Everything was fine. Everything was copacetic. And then they parted ways. They're still friends, but they parted ways. But then he became a realtor and was hired by a woman to build her portfolio. And they seemed to like each other a bit. She came over. They took some edibles. They did mouth stuff only, and then she was like, I'm pregnant with twins. And she has kept him in this legal battle forever with lies. And it boiled down to she's been doing this to guys for decades, basically. Other guys came forward. They fought it. And currently, where it was left off case-wise is go listen to the podcast. I'm not spoiling that. You've got to fucking listen to the podcast. It's so good. So, yeah, love
had us. Had us. And then
it's just spoiler Sleepover, but I didn't know nothing about this, and I just wanted to listen to something stupid and senseless, and I'm fucking hooked now, dude. I'm checking the news to be like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Nothing's yet. So I'm just waiting for an update episode to come out. But anyways, Love Trapped. You can listen to it literally everywhere. It's fucking fantastic. What has been moistly sliding its way sensually into your ear orifice this week?
God fucking damn it. It never gets any better, and I hate it every time. I'll get the crossbow.
Sorry.
One thing I did forget to mention as part of my what's been keeping us up at night. Don't worry, I'll swing back in a second. Rob, I'm pretty sure we've mentioned this before, has seen Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Uh-huh.
I went to go see it. I'll tell you more about it next week. God fucking damn it. Don't worry, it's not our spoiler episode on it. That is coming soon. That is the only thing I will tell you, but I will tell you a little bit about how my time to go see The Mummy went. But my earworm, coinciding with my England trip, we saw Ninja Sex Party live in London. First off, my first international show. Second off, Zoe has wanted to see them for so long. She loves Dan. I mean, who doesn't? He's an adorable, adorable man. And their comedy songs are great. The banter going back and forth, especially with Twerp. Hey-oh. Reppin' Twerp, baby. It was incredible to see. It was the final show of their UK tour. And it ended in London, and it was tremendous.
Nice.
It was my second time seeing them. I saw them last year in 2025. Yep, that's the year we're in now. Nope, we're in 2026. Last year was 2025. Math makes my thinker box hurt. But I saw them on April Fool's Day, which was funny enough, in Boston. I'm holding back the same, so thank you, Satan.
Just let it rip.
Nope.
Nothing.
It's a bubble sitting right there. You almost heard me throw up live on the podcast.
Amazing. We almost watched it, too.
It's true. Tune into Patreon. Patreon.com/spoiler sleepover.
That's the only bit we cut out. We just put it on Patreon. 20 seconds of just projectile vomiting like it's fucking a scene from an Evil Dead movie.
I was going to say Exorcist. Your mother sucks cock in hell. Anyway, NSP in London was fantastic. I did see a show the day before I flew off, but again, That's the story for next week's episode. So let us know what you've been listening to. Have you been listening to or seeing any shows in a different country? Have you also been listening to true crime, bachelor, horror podcasts? I don't know why I said
Lovecraft
horror,
is fucking crazy, dude.
I just keep thinking of Love Shack.
Hell.
Love Trapped, baby.
No, the theme
Love
song for this
Trapped,
podcast
baby.
is dope, though. I actually kind of dig it. So,
Fuck. Well, of course, before we do get into that, we have to get into a little...
oh boy, do I have a fun one for us this week. This,
Ooh.
I don't know how excited you're going to be, but I am elated. Like, when I read this, I was just like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. This is the best casting I have ever seen in my life. So, it has been announced that Matthew Lillard will be playing Plastic Man. Dude, somebody did a mock-up of him as Plastic Man.
That's
and
awesome.
It's fucking perfect. He has the
I've
right
seen it.
face, the right jawline. Like, it is perfect. And his mannerisms, his like tone of voice, like the way he delivers lines, it's Plastic Man. I am so excited. I also knew there was another Superman movie in the works, like writing wise, but I didn't know what they were calling it. And with the title name Man of Tomorrow and Plastic Man being introduced, dude, I'm telling you, they are leaning hard into early DC comics. If I do not get to see Condiment Man or Polka Dot Man, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Whoa! Polka Dot Man was in the Suicide Squad.
Polka Dot Man was in the Suicide Squad. I need more.
I mean, that's fair. David
And
Dastmalchian.
I need
Dalmatian.
Condiment King. I want to see everything, dude. I'm so excited for this. And Matthew Lillard, like, it's like he's getting a second life in movies
Yes,
these
he
days.
is. Yes, he is, and I'm entirely here for it.
I am too. This was when I read this. I read the article twice because I was like, this is unbelievable. And he was the one who was allowed to announce it, which is like, you want to get this news, you want to get it from the source himself. And
Straight
he's
from the
just
teat.
so excited about this. I'm excited. If this movie's even a tenth of how good the first Superman movie was, I'm here for it. This new DCU is already lining up to be something amazing. We're getting
And the Lanterns trailer that just
that's
came
what I
out
was about to say. Yeah, we're getting
with
the
Guy
Lanterns.
Gardner in it.
I'm fucking so excited. I have been waiting my whole life for this.
Based on how the two trailers have gone, where they're dropping like fuck super casually, if you see in Superman, you see the Green Lantern middle finger pop up in the background when Guy Gardner just comes around like fuck you.
Yeah,
I want him to go fuck you, and we have that ability possibly now. And that's also listening to Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk's podcast, Once We Were Spacemen. Hearing them swear is quite jarring sometimes, and I'm here for it.
I mean, and it's just having the two of them have their own podcast, and they were both in that Superman movie is fantastic too.
He was four. Alan Tudyk was four, or Kevin, or whatever he wanted to be called.
Four. Yeah, and he's just like Kevin. Kevin's a real name too. Yeah, it's so good. Oh man. But before we go, speaking of trailers, I had the misfortune, because I don't watch trailers anymore intentionally of movies that I'm overly excited about.
You watched the Evil Dead Rise one, didn't you?
I watched the Evil Dead Burn trailer.
That's the one, sorry. Yeah, Evil Dead Burn.
And I have a good idea what's going to happen, but I also have no fucking clue what's going to happen.
Neither do I.
Had me so confused, but I was also like, man, I don't know. So I'm still excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very excited for this movie. I'm really disappointed that was a full-blown trailer that they showed before Obsession. But, yeah. By the way, go see Obsession. Fucking unbelievable movie.
Seeing as we're throwing things in here, this was my plan in general. At the time of this episode dropping, earlier this week on Monday, we unfortunately lost a very important, integral part of not only voice acting, but cartoons that we grew up as a kid. Tom Kane, who not only voiced Yoda in the Clone Wars, he voiced Professor Utonium in the Powerpuff Girls. He was Darwin on the Wild Thornberrys. He was Mr. Harriman in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. But my personal favorite, he was Takeo Masaki in the Call of Duty Zombies storyline. He unfortunately passed away unexpectedly. He had a stroke in 2020, I believe, which took him out of voice acting. He couldn't act, he couldn't talk, he couldn't write. He was on the mend. He was getting better, and unfortunately, unexpectedly passed away. So, Tom Kane, thank you for all that you've done in our childhood. Thank you for all the voices that you brought, all the characters that you brought to life. And Takeo has been my favorite character to try and play as. And now that I have the ability to play as him intentionally, I will continue to play as Takeo in his honor. So thank you, Tom Kane. And unfortunately, that is the ending of our openers. Sorry to bring it down. Unfortunately, we have to sometimes because this world is just cruel and unfair and takes what we love.
Yeah, take this moment during this ad to wipe your tears.
Son of a bitch.
Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop, the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch. Visit goreclown.com now.
Just a whole face full of cup, or a cup full of face, whatever that was.
Briefcase full of guts? Death clock! Anyway.
Oh, I gotta... Do you like my koozie?
Scary movies and chill. Hey now. Well, here we are.
This is just seltzer water, by the way.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Officially in our episode now, we were talking about a movie from 1958, and as previously advertised at the beginning, again, if you're not watching on YouTube, I'm seeing those numbers inflate. Hey.
Yeah. We love you.
Definitely go check out the video, because not only can you try and find the chickens, there's 2 chickens hidden somewhere. I can't tell you where. Are they on my window? Are they on Rob's window? Are they here? Or are they here? I can't. I clicked to minimize it. Yeah. What do I do now? Regardless, tune in for our hijinks on our YouTube for Spoiler Sleepover Podcast. But we are talking about The Fly from 1958.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I've seen this before, or parts of it.
Oh my Lanta! Well, let's jump into the synapses of this one. The studio synopsis: a scientist has a horrific accident when he tries to use a newly invented teleportation device. When I first read it, I went, and then I went, no. This is the perfect synopsis for a movie. It gives you just the right amount without giving you too much. Yeah. You have that and the name, The Fly, piece them together. Fucking go in, watch this shit. So
it has nothing to do with The Fly.
Yeah, this was written by James Clavell and George Langenan. That's probably not pronounced correctly, but it was also directed by Kurt Newman.
Hey!
Yeah, Kurt Newman's the best. I love this movie. I love this movie because we start at the end. And it's like the best way to start a movie. Everything that we end up finding out is in like retelling of what or happened beforehand.
Yep.
And it's great. Everything about this movie is great. Just the best. And especially seeing as we have literally one of the greatest, Vincent Price, in this bad Larry.
I'm Vincent Price.
I love Vincent Price. But
the moment I saw him walk on screen, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I mean, I knew he was in it, but at the same point, it's still a good feeling to just go, huh. Yeah.
So we do this on our Patreon for Jason Michael Gets Learnt, but seeing as a lot of these movies Jason Michael has not seen, I've decided to drag a little bit of Jason Michael Gets Learnt into this season. with one fun fact per episode of a movie that Jason Michael has not seen.
Hell yeah.
My fun fact for this one is not that fun, but it is still a very interesting fact. This film became the biggest box office hit of director Kurt Newman's career, but he never knew it or even found out about it. He died 1 month after the film's premiere and only 1 week before it went to the general release.
Bro, you suck. That's so depressing.
I saw that and I was like, that is heartbreaking, but also very interesting that, like, I feel like nowadays somebody dies, a musician, a director, an actor, and then everyone jumps on the bandwagon and is like, oh my God, they are so lost. And they never fucking knew who they were in the first place, sort of thing. And you're just like, calm the fuck down. But
shut up.
This movie blew up because it was that good, and it had nothing to do with his passing. And it's just sad that, like, he didn't get to see that he created something. I didn't say the.
You said thing. I was ready.
So did you. So yeah.
Shit. All right, there we go.
That's my one little fun fact, not so fun fact of this episode. But yeah. Well, as I already stated, this movie starts at the end where we find out that a wife killed her husband with a hydraulic press used twice.
For 1958, 4 years after The Creature from the Black Lagoon came out, bro. Yeah, I see it. For those of you that can't, there's a bigger look at it. That's the fossil of the creature hand.
Some really cool guy gave that to me. It's one of my prized possessions. He's the guy on the other screen, by the way. I fucking love it. Not behind you.
Tor?
No, not him either.
Ah! Well, as I was stating before, dude, this movie for 1958 was fucking graphic. But not for long. Like, the head squish, the arm squish, and just the blood seeping out of the hydraulic press. You're like, oh shit. And of course, I don't know, was there a black and white version? But mine was in color. No,
so I'm not going to say much, and I don't want you to say much either, but peek behind the curtain a little bit. This week curtains. And next week's episode both utilized coloration for blood specifically only.
Hell yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
Stay tuned for next week because there is a fun fact about that next week.
I mean, do you want to drop another fun fact, or should we wait until the very end? Who else is in it?
Nope, that's for next week.
Son of a bitch. Anyway, the Fly from 1958, dude. The moment this movie started, again, as I said, I've seen it before, but I swear it was in bits and pieces. Because at the very end, I remember that haunting me in my childhood.
Yeah, I love the... So, in the opening of the movie, she confesses... Well, the detectives are called to somebody who's been murdered by a hydraulic press. Vincent Price's character owns the factory and then looks and he's like, that's really strange. This was activated twice. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a 2 count, which means the thing went up and then was activated to go back down again. And I had forgotten why, because it's been so long since I've seen this. I was like, for why? And then when we get that reveal at the end, I was just like, that is so upsetting. Like, I was just floored by it. But again, Vincent Price just kills this role. He does such a great job. And then we get the, all right, so she's potentially crazy. What actually happened? And she just admits it. She was like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah. See, in my notes I have, she's a fucking wackadoo. Because she's going off the deep end hard. And when I mean hard, I mean hard. And it doesn't help that we find out she murdered her husband. and she's the sister-in-law to Vincent Price, otherwise known as she murdered his brother.
Yep.
All while Vincent Price is kind of hitting on her.
Well, yeah, they
Like
asked
getting busy with her.
they were like, "You have feelings for her, don't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, but," and they were like, what happened?" And she was like,
Motive.
She
Motive.
loved my brother. Like, honest. Yeah, and that was. It's funny, these 50s movies.
That was.
I've said it before, and my allergies are killing me. I just got my voice back literally today.
Bro, the pollen is fucking horrendous this year.
It is so bad. I've never taken medication for my allergies ever in my life until now.
Ugh.
Like, I can't. I thought I was sick. My bachelor party was a fucking nightmare because of it. No, my bachelor party was great. I just felt like garbage for a portion of it because I was like, man, I feel like I'm dying. Like, I still had a fucking ball. Anyway, these 50s movies, no matter whether it was a horror movie or anything else, I mean, it's just weird that in their horror movies, there was always the love interest or like, you know, the cheating, whatever it happened to be.
Yep.
And I find it hard for a lot of these to pay attention because it's so fucking corny and it's like not genuine. But The Fly, it's Kurt Newman through and through. It has to be the way he directed these actors. Everything felt genuine. Like even Vincent Price, like a guy who has never been interested in women in his life, playing off like, yes, like that is the woman of my dreams. He sells it, which in other movies where he has a female interest, he doesn't sell it at fucking all. This one was like spot on. Even her and her husband, like their love didn't feel faked or forced. Like the adoration that they had for each other, how much they fucking actually like cared and how excited they were to see each other, it felt real. And I was like, damn, like this is a rare movie from the horror movie from the 50s where everything feels genuine. Nothing feels forced. It's
also really weird and also possibly a little fun thing to see. This is the least Vincent Price you will ever see Vincent Price. The moment he walked on screen, I was like, fuck yeah, Vincent Price. I was expecting like, yes, twirl the mustache.
Right.
And yet he's just, hey, how you doing, Bob? Hey, yeah. Bill, how you doing? And it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
And it shows, that shows his scale too. Like he was
not wrong.
And you know what's wild is watching this one specifically, I would like looked into like the catalog of shit that Vincent did and how many movies I've never seen. And now I kind of want to like take the journey and just start before the end of the season. I would love to try and like knock out every movie he's ever been in.
You suckers have no friggin' idea how much I was rooting for House on Haunted Hill internally, but I knew that we couldn't do it because I know I've seen it a bajillion times. I know Rob has seen it a bajillion times. I know a lot of you have seen it a bajillion times. Fuck, man.
And didn't we cover it already?
No, but we've talked about it a plethora of times.
Could have sworn we covered it.
On episode or not, I guarantee we have.
I mean, it's a great movie. Oh, no, I remember what it was. It was
in
years
our
ago.
Terrifier 2 episode with Dead Body Bathtub, talking about that scene where Selena falls asleep to House on Haunted Hill and the fucking creepy lady with the goddamn hands?
It very well could have been. Yeah.
Probably was.
Yeah, no, just, you know, we've already said it a few times when we were writing our list for the decades that actually have cult classics. We were trying our best to not touch on movies that have been over talked about.
1970s for Halloween.
Yeah, and then trying to find ones that like, okay, maybe these have been talked a lot about, but they've never been talked about by us, who may have
50s Plan 9 from Outer Space
and have very different outlooks on these movies too. Because, I mean, I don't mean to toot our own horn, but I'm totally going to do it. We're unlike any other horror podcast out there, like without a doubt. And I listen to a lot. Like
I'm wearing colors in our episodes, not just black and.
If you ever find me in colors, fucking tell me. We'll send you a sticker or something. Black is my jam, dude. This is all I
just
wear.
Open up the episode.
Screaming. But yeah, so we end up jumping into the flashback, if you will, the storytelling part of it. And that was what I wanted to go off of. So we do find out that the wife has been playing crazy. Like, she's not actually crazy. She's
doing a great job.
She knew she had to do that. And they even say it. She knew she had to do that. Otherwise, she would have been put to death, as she says.
Yep.
And so she was like, I have to fucking act crazy because otherwise I'm going to get killed. So she is just a nice homemaker. Like, she's killing it in life. They've got a son. Also, kick-ass actor, doesn't seem like a child actor acting. It just seems like he's a fucking kid. Like, again, cast unbelievable. And we find out that the husband has been just kind of, he's a scientist. He's kind of wayward. He just kind of comes and goes as he pleases, the way he needs to do his stuff. And I love this. This is the only moment in the movie I'm like, how did you not figure that out? So he takes her down to his lab, and she's like, oh, when did you do all this? I'm like, there's a fucking whole entire lab in your basement. How did you not know it was happening?
It's like if Batman kept Alfred out of the fact of he was Batman.
Yeah, seriously.
She's like, Master Wayne, when did all this shit? Also, let's take a moment. Who the fuck built the Batcave? And where are those workers, and are they okay?
So, not to go way too far off topic, there is a comic book story that tells you who built it.
Was it Bruce?
Yes.
Damn it. I was hoping he hired like a bunch of contractors.
Nope.
And he's like, all right, cool. Y'all need to go. And by not go home, like go elsewhere because you can't know what you know.
No, so one of the cool bits about Batman as Bruce Wayne as a whole is the Bruce Wayne that is known by the public is a character that he plays. He's actually like Tony Stark. He's insanely intelligent and he knows a lot about like architecture and all of this stuff and like computer programming. He's a genius, but he just doesn't show it. Like, he's not an egotistic maniac like Tony Stark is. So he plays a playboy, but then he's Batman. He's just crazy as fuck. But he built it all. And I love that about Batman Begins is when he finds the cave, he's like, this is kind of perfect. That's kind of how it happens in the comic book. And he's like, all right, I just need to like build shit here to make this happen. And then so
anybody else love tangents here at Spoiler Sleepover? Us too.
Especially comic book stuff. So
yeah.
She gets to see this secret lab that he's been building secretly when they also thought he was gone, like not even at home and elsewhere. It's the only loophole in this entire thing. And I'm like, what has he just been hiding out down there?
Honey, what are these 17 crates from Guam? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Does this say Transylvania on it? No.
Shut up.
No.
Dr. Acula? Shut up.
No. So he's been working on a teleportation device, as the synopsis says. And we get to see I found it strange the first time, and even this time that I watched it he's like, this fine china we got from your sister or aunt. It's from her aunt. And he puts it in the teleporter, and then it's like a fucking shitty magic trick. He like shuts the door between the two rooms, and then he hits it goes away, and then he's like, aha! And she was like, this is a trick. And I was like, you should have left the door open. Yeah, right. Just pulls a dove out.
When he brings the cat in, here's the thing. I love animals. I am mostly a dog person now because I have dogs, but like I grew up a cat person. So anytime cats in horror movies, I'm like, fuck. Like The Collector, fuck
Oh my god,
you.
dude. Yeah.
So the moment the cat shows up, I was like,
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, no, it scars me. It scars me, dude. But when the cat shows up, I was like, you son of a bitch. Don't you dare.
Yeah.
And then cat disappears, and all of a sudden you just hear meow from the fucking ether.
So
where's the cat?
With the China, this is the big thing, is when she goes and grabs it and looks at the bottom, it said made in China at first, and now it's printed backwards, which is that moment where you're like, this isn't perfect. He then is just focused. So you already know something's off about this, and he's going to work at it, and he works at it. And that's the second sign we get that something's definitely wrong. So he puts the saucer of milk and the cat into the teleporter. The saucer of milk ends up on the other side.
And now there's attack.
And the cat's gone. Yeah. So, I mean, yeesh. So that's also like the big, like, for anyone watching it for the first time is like, oh, two things can't be at the same place at the same time. But we get a whole bunch of other moments like a foreshadowing. The kid, their son is obsessed with catching bugs, and he catches a really cool looking fly with a white head. And then we get what you guys got to see me doing at the beginning. Out of nowhere, the husband doesn't come out of the lab, can't talk, asks her to bring him a bowl of milk laced with whiskey, which is, the words laced with is just fucking strange to me. Bring me a bowl of milk laced with whiskey.
But don't tell me what's in the bowl, because then I'll know and it won't be as fun.
Yeah, right? So he's wearing a cloth over his head the whole time. He's got his hand in his one of his hands in his jacket. And he then reveals all of this is through knocks and notes sent through his typewriter that he's typing out. Mm-hmm. But he kind of reveals what happened and says, I need you to find this. There's a fly with a white head. I need you to find it and bring it to me. Literally 10 minutes prior to this, her son had caught that fly, had it in a matchbox, and she went, your dad told you to stop doing this. Let it go. And he goes, oh man, this is a cool fly. And then fucking lets it go. And then we find out, it's like, hey, I need this fly. And she's like, son of a bitch. What have I done?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
You're very, very lucky that was like a housebroken fly. Because otherwise, dude, flies, you let them go, yeah, they might still pester you and like bop you in the head. They'll fucking go, dude. I was driving to work the other day. There was a hornet in the back of my car because I left the windows down slightly because it was hot as fuck. No. So that hornet probably was living where I am now, and then 40 minutes away is suddenly in a different town. Like, oh shit,
I done fucked up.
Dude, I was looking to merge real quickly, and I turn and I see it like buzz, and I was like, stay calm, stay calm. My best friend told me a story about how he was driving with his brother. A bee was in their car, and it was pouring buckets, and it was just flying around their faces as they were hydroplaning on the highway. Nope. They're okay. They made it. This was years ago, but still.
Yeah, no. Fucking hell, man. I had two spiders in my car a couple weeks ago, and my kiddo was flipping out.
There was one on the window.
Blood-curdling screams, tears rolling. And then I looked back, and it was like the size of a piece of lint. Like, it was so small. I was like, man, I have arachnophobia, and I'm not freaking out that bad. I told him that.
Shut up, Rob!
I was like, I have arachnophobia, and I'm not freaking out that bad. I squished it with my pointer finger and my thumb in front of him. I was just like, problem solved. Anyway,
you're the reason it rained on Tuesday, you son of a bitch.
He goes, but there's another one. And I said, no, there's not. And then my fiance was in the passenger seat, and she looked up and she went, oh shit, there is another one. And I looked up, and it was substantially larger. I was like,
it was fucking Aragog.
Oh,
just like,
pretty much. Yeah, the thing was huge. I just crushed it with my thumb. I was like, duh.
Roll down the window and
yeah. So they don't find the fly, but we finally get the reveal. The wife she's like, look, I love you. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like. I need to know. I love you, and I will always love you. Which, weirdly, for this era, this type of movie, I got misty-eyed. I was like, that is the most heartwarming thing I've ever heard. That's so sweet. And then he takes the cloth off, and she screams bloody murder. And I was like, do you want to take it back? Sure.
You lie. Dude, that is such a great reveal because it's the hand at first that accidentally sneaks out, and it's just like, what's with the claw?
Yeah.
I mean,
the claw.
I can't imagine. I want to know, but I can't imagine what this was like in 1958 with people seeing this for the first time, going to see a movie called The Fly. I mean, obviously at this point, we all know about this. We know about Jeff Goldblum. The Fly is iconic in its own right. And I want to know what it was like to go into the theater and be like, what the fuck's up with his hand? And then they take off the whole thing and people are like when Frankenstein, Boris Karloff showed up on screen for the very first time, people were diving under their seats and screaming. Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom. People were terrified of this shit back then. I would love to go back in time and experience this stuff firsthand.
I think about that all the time when I'm watching these things, because like some movies, no joke, had like presentation warnings beforehand.
Yeah,
like they even carried it all the way through up to The Exorcism. The Exorcist. I mean, The Exorcist had a fucking warning before the movie, and they were. It's just, I don't know. I seek out movies now, horror movies that are going to make me feel something. I don't.
Gonna make me upset.
Just having a loud noise blared at me, it doesn't scare me anymore. It's all about timing, and the timing is predictable as fuck. So I know what's going to happen. So certain movies now, I seek these things out, hoping, and like with everything I have, that something's going to scare the shit out of me. And just to mirror what I said at the beginning of this episode, go fucking see Obsession. Holy shit. My shoulders still hurt from Monday, dude. I had my the whole fucking time, dude. Okay. So goddamn good.
I had no urge to see it, but now I'm intrigued.
A budget of $175,000 to make the movie. Opening weekend, it made $1.7 million. This is indie filmmaking at its fucking greatest, and a reason why we need more of this, and no fucking CGI. Not a lick of it in the entire movie. Everything was done practically.
Cool.
Fucking fantastic movie. Anyway, so we get the reveal. He's a fucking fly. And
surprise.
I can't speak for you. I can't speak for the viewers, the listeners, but she freaks out. She chills out. And I'm like, okay, maybe they can find a way to make this work. Maybe they can team up together to try and find the fly, and they can fix this. But then he reveals, hey, my mind is going. Like, I am this human body with a fly arm and fly face are becoming a fucking fly. Like, everything is slipping. I'm losing who I am. So I have the option. Find the fly so that I can get me and that fucker back in this thing so we can switch back and make everything good. Or I have to destroy myself.
And what does he go for, Rob?
Well, they're not able to find the fly. We get a lot of... I think this is my only complaint. We get too much of them searching for this fly.
Yes.
The movie is an hour and 42 minutes long. We could have cut some of this out. Mm-hmm. I thought it was long. When I looked at the runtime, I was like, damn, that's a long-ass movie for a fucking 50s movie. But they are unable to catch the fly, and the husband's just like, Buzz, you got to kill me.
Yeah.
So
like he's starting to go snap and like quick reflexes like a fly. It's starting to like jitter and just.
Dude, when he slaps that claw back against the glass counter or the glass cabinet and it shatters, I was like, what is that claw? A, what is that claw made of? B, is he okay? Because that was fucking violent. Jesus. So he just tells her via typewriter to follow him, and he takes her to the warehouse that his brother owns, and he sets up the press. Then he lays his head and his fly arm under the press, and she hesitates, thinks about it. He starts to flip a little bit again. She presses it. It goes down. His arm falls out. And this is where it went down twice comes from. She lifts it up. She walks over, puts his arm back under, presses it again. 1950s, dude. That is some brutal ass shit. I mean, granted, this is based off the book where this happens in the book. But, like, putting that on screen in the 50s was a bold choice.
Yeah.
And God damn, does it deliver.
And again, showing, like, the massive amount of blood and everything else where you're just like, oh, the 50s movie. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the other 50s movies that we've, A, talked about, and B, watched before, it's usually like a scratch and it's like so dark that you're like, all right, I get the inference of blood.
Right.
It's like when people say, oh, dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is so bloody. This is what they're talking about, where it's like, oh, God, when it literally has nothing.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre doesn't have a fucking lick of blood in it.
This one does.
Yeah. So the actual ending, she's getting arrested. The wife is being arrested for the murder. Vincent Price is waiting outside on a bench, and we hear something, and we get a quick peek over at a spider web with a fly stuck in it. And we hear this real small voice screaming,
Help me! Help me! Fucking diabolical.
They go inside. They go to arrest the wife. The son walks in and talks to his uncle and was like, I just saw that fly. It was stuck in a spider web outside. He grabs the detective. They run outside. They both see it. Then we get this insane. I rewound it and watched it again. I was like, how did they do this? I still can't figure it out, and I haven't looked it up, but trust me, I will. It's the husband's face, like a bald cap, with a fly body stuck in like a spider web, and then this giant fucking spider coming up, and the detective just grabs a rock and kerflops and fucking kills them both. And that's when they go, okay, so we saw this. We both saw this. We don't believe we saw it, but we know that this is the truth. She's not lying. So what do we do? Well, he could have set it up himself to go down twice. So
I forgot that I had it set to go down twice the night before, and I forgot to change it back. And the detective's like, yeah, that works. That works, man. Like, bro, I've seen some fucking shit.
Yeah. And we get our fairy tale ending where Vincent and the wife are sitting there talking, and then her son comes up and goes, are you still taking me to the zoo? And he's like, sure done diddly am, go get a jacket. And he cuts the jacket, and they're like, all right, let's go. And then they just kind of saunter off together, all three of them, and then we get the end, like all the 50s movies.
Yeah.
And that is The Fly from 1958.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I will say this was the longer of the last two movies, personally, that we have to talk about in the 50s. This and next week's episode. But don't forget to tune into patreon.com/spoiler sleepover podcast, where you can get our Jason Michael Gets Learned continuing in the 50s for each month, each decade, a different magazine. The Fly, I don't know personally. It's so weird because it's completely not the Vincent Price that we expected.
Right.
If you know Vincent Price and you go back and rewatch this, you're like, who are you? And it's a lot of just, like you said, take way too long looking for the fly. They move straight on from the cat, but not a fucking problem after that.
That rhymes.
Hey, man, I do it all the time. Something about the thing. Anyway, I can't force the joke. I can't force it. But yeah, I mean, we'll get to it in the rankings. Rob, I think we know who the Bloody Legend is going to be.
I don't know if it's going to be the same person.
Oh,
My
well,
vote,
then I'll let you take it away because mine is going to be Vincent Price no matter what.
yeah, no. I want to give the Bloody Legend of the Week to Kurt Newman. I feel like he fully deserves this, like without a shadow of a doubt, making the greatest film of his career. Who knows what would have happened if he had not passed away? Where he would have gone? Would he have made a movie that created a trend that we'll never see in horror because he passed away too soon? Like, we don't know. I just think his directing for this specifically made all of the actors feel like they weren't acting, like they were actually portraying real people.
That is the best fucking movie when you get lost in it yourself, where you're like, this is like a family I'm watching. This is a family getting torn apart is what I'm watching. Yep. It's not just Vincent Price and friends.
Right. And it's always my worry when I see his name, Boris Karloff, or any of these big names from that era. I'm like, all right, what kind of like hokey character are they going to portray this time that's going to pull me away from the movie or make it seem like they don't even fit in the movie? You know what I mean? And this one was like, he was just like, guess what? I'm an actor. Watch me fucking act. And you're like,
dare you.
Damn, dude, like fucking put your dick away. That was amazing. All right. Well, let's jump into our rankings for this bad boy. Did you like that one?
I'm just imagining Vincent Price's dick and I hate it.
It was probably huge.
Hello.
Yeah. It's like a fucking baby arm.
It also has a pencil mustache. Oh shit!
That's great. Oh my lord!
Turning into Alan Rickman. Go on. Oh Christ!
Well, let's jump into our rankings.
Please.
Where in the cult are you placing The Fly?
Oh God! Honestly, in comparison to the other one, The Fly from 1958. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. Because I know I watched it when I was a kid. The "Help Me" fly was horrifying. And personally, on this watch, I give it a 6. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed it, but it was giving me major 6 vibes, and I think I'm still gonna be a member of my cult. But yeah, not as strong as the other ones have been personally for this one. But Rob, what do you give The Fly from 1958?
Well, buckle in, suckers, because we've got another tie. I also give it a 6. It's also a member.
Shit. Okay, the way you were talking about this, I was expecting way higher. Not necessarily a leader, but definitely higher.
They're in this cult so far. Like, we've peeked behind the curtain. We've watched all the movies already. There are clearly movies that surpass this.
Plan 9.
Yes, this is a fucking fantastic movie. Rewatchability, 100%. It's the fact that it is a bit too long and there are moments that drag that do not need to drag as much as they do. It kind of pulls me out of it where like there's those moments where I'm like, I could quickly play a level on one of my games on my phone while this is happening. And I don't want that. Like, I want a movie to keep me like The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Could not fucking look away the entire time. God. Perfect film. So good.
Like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Rob?
That was like a car accident. I couldn't look away, but I enjoyed it for some reason. I was like,
goddamn right you did.
Serial killer or some fucking person who has a gore fetish.
Fucking sociopath.
The whole time I'm like, oh, what the fuck is happening? Like, maybe I'll rewatch it. We'll find out. But yeah.
Watching it, you son of a bitch.
Well, Jason Michael.
Hi.
What year the movie year, next movie week talk year for movie come out. My brain just short fucking circuited so bad.
And if you subscribe to us on YouTube, you can watch his brain break. Holy shit.
That was intense. Give year
Just
for
like
movie
camping.
next week.
Dude, wow. Movie next week, year go 1959. We're moving only 1 year into the future from The Fly from 1958 to another 1959 with...
Yeah. You'll have to find out till next week.
Oh, shit ass. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you very much for tuning it back in to the Cult of Classics. Did you see the chickens? Did you? Why have you not told us about the chickens?
Well, until next week, all hail our chicken overlord and...
Sleep tight, suckers!
Buzz, buzz.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Spoiler Sleepover. Join our cult by following our socials like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And for more offerings like this, follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/Spoiler Sleepover Podcast. So until next week, sleep tight, suckers!